This short little 7-minute video is meant to help you understand the world of printing and ink, and hopefully you've been aware enough over the last few years to understand that ink is extremely expensive and it goes out very quickly. So it's amazing what the companies will do. They'll process this ink for about 23 cents and sell it for $59, a huge upgrade, or profit I should say, and that's where they really make their money. The printer itself is not that different from year to year. Basically it's just a little bit of formatting and a little bit of software difference, but that little bit goes a long way, because then you have to buy different kind of ink, and your old ink is out of stock or they don't make it anymore. Well, it's like these razor blades. You got to buy the razor, and the blades cost way more. Even though it's a good razor, you're going to be spending a lot of money. Try shaving every day in the military and doing it with the Gillette Mach 4. It was like in a week I needed to buy another $20 set. I was literally spending over $100 a month just to shave my dumb face. And here's where it comes into play about the cartridges. There's a chip in there, and that chip is very important because it will actually shut down your printer if the ink is too low. However, what they're noticing is that there's still ink in there, and the cartridges are flipping a switch a little early, making you buy more ink. Of course, you got to buy a whole new set, or usually, because that's the way this works. But if one of your things is out, this guy's saying you could probably open it up and check it out real fast, and see that there's actually still ink in there. There's also a reset button, and what he's going to show is that you have a little button in there that you can reset right here. And basically you got a whole new ink cartridge. The ink is still in there, and it should be able to work after that. Of course, the companies have been smart and changed a lot of their values about things, so they sell cheap printers and mark up the ink, because that's really where the cost is. If they could mark up paper, I'm sure they'd do that too. But basically, what he's saying is, these cartridges have you by the balls, and these companies want to make a new printer every year, so they have to have the old printer die and the new printer be something that's a necessity now. And I think they're trying to put us all in the same boat, where we go, oh well, this is not 1940 anymore, so all the products are going to eventually fail, and we just accept it and move on and buy a new one. But really what this guy's saying is that even the Supreme Court rules that we could take the cartridges that are empty, we can fill them back up with our own ink and save a lot of money. But what these companies were doing is basically, if you tried to refill a cartridge on your own, it would shut down the printer completely. And of course, once you do that, you got to call customer support, and people in India start yelling at you because you're not belittling yourself to these arrogant, stupid people. So they're showing here too, this is if you choose black and white print to save your color, well, it's actually going to use a little bit of cyan in there, and their reasoning being it makes it look more sharp. Well, it's black and white. There shouldn't be blue in there. So cyan will go out quickly. You'll use up more cyan than a lot of other, the colored ones. It doesn't mean that it's empty though. You should check. And you'll see, if you open up some of these cartridges, it's still ink in there. So what this guy's saying too is that HP spends about $1 billion a year in research on printer cartridges, and that's how they justify selling the printer cartridge. But if you notice, there is no change. There is no change to the ink quantity, the ink specialty. There's no change to the technology involved. The only change is maybe a slight piece of the physical product has been lengthened in order to not fit in your computer. So now you got to get this upgraded ink, but it doesn't fit in your computer. There's nothing different about it. It's just longer. It's just a different shape. So what they do is then you get buy that, and your printer's already acting a little fuzzy, so you're like, whatever, I'll just throw this printer out and buy a new one. Well, the new one's probably cheap. Probably cheaper than your old one was. But you're going to have to be paying a lot of money for these ink cartridges that are going to continue to wear out earlier and earlier. So anyway, I heard a couple people that I was talking to just say that they had problems with their ink, and I was able to just look at this video up real fast, and I came to a conclusion that, yeah, I've always suspected a little bit of cheating. I never knew how or why, but yeah, 23 cents to $59, and this little cutoff switch, two really big deals that I think are pretty wrong. I don't want to put up with it anymore. I know you don't. So I think this is the proper way. And it's not 1940. We have to expect these things to break, and they want us to be in the same boat so that we're all like, oh, well, throw it in a landfill, get another one. Well, no. We should have products that last by now. Hell, if we can put people in space, land them on the moon, grow potatoes on Mars, let's make a good printer that actually works. And hopefully, that'll happen. But with new upgrades and software and all that stuff, they just don't make them to survive. They make them to go out. And it's really a problem. And I bought an HP. It was an $80 HP LaserJet, probably 20 pages a minute, which isn't a lot, but that thing's been pretty much a burner. And I'll look up if you really want, I'll look up the number. I can't remember what it is right now, but it is a workhorse. And I've had it for 4 years now, and it just keeps going. And one thing I've noticed is the ink has over time, it lasts less, meaning it continues to go out faster and faster. So I don't know why, maybe using more ink, or it just has these chips that flip a switch whenever it wants to. So I really hope that we come to the bottom of this, because we don't need to buy shit products. I mean, come on, man. It's nuts, very nuts. We got so many problems in this world. We gotta build printers every year and put them in a landfill. No global warming, you're polluting the earth. Anyway, I hope this works for you, and good luck with everything. Thank you.